Hey, good morning everyone. How is everyone on this, what day is it? I get online and I don't know what day it is. Wednesday, June 5th. How is everyone? I hope everyone is staying dry wherever you are. I hope everyone is staying above ground. Here in St. Louis, Missouri, we are in quite the floods right now. They evacuated the apartments that sit at the end of my block. In retrospect to direction of a creek, I am probably that direction about 400 feet and about 200 feet from my backside. They evacuated the apartments yesterday. First responders were in the front of my house bright and early yesterday, starting to direct traffic out of the neighborhood as of right now. I'm fine. It looks like we are good. I did hear, though, that the creek is at ground level, which means it came up 8 feet from the bottom of the creek, where it just kind of runs through from a drainage from our storm sewer system that we have here in St. Louis, Missouri at Riverty Pear. So they have told us to kind of be on our toes, be ready to go in the event of a flash flood. They said 1993, this part of where I am was not completely underwater because it would have to come up really, really high to get where I am. But in regards to, I'm uphill. I'm the second house from where the apartments down there sit, which would mean nothing to anybody unless you know my area. Bottom line, we're kind of all on guard, waiting to see what is going to happen. For those of you who don't know who I am Kitryn Marie. I'm an artist, a writer, a speaker, a life and a business coach. I teach creative-minded women how to take their side hustle, how to change their main gig, how to make money in the online space, how to go live, how to do photography, how to take their gifts and talents and become something a little bit more than what they were at another time. If you hear my dog, Gunny is underneath me. He is panting. I don't know what he is doing or why he is here. He is my Yorkie mix. Go lay down, Miffy. Go on. He's okay. Go lay down. Go get a drink of water. It is humid. With all this rain and all this water, it is completely humid. Those of you know that I was in New Orleans last September on a fabulous trip, and I said I would never complain about our humidity. I lie. I don't like our humidity at all here. Does nothing for the complexion, does nothing for the hair, which I'm trying to let grow back out. I'm digging the blonde color at this particular time. I like being blonde. Kind of hides all that gray. So I wanted to get on this morning and talk a little bit about text etiquette. Now, we all know texting is a very convenient entity. It gets that quick message out there. You don't need to be exact in grammar and in punctuation, just to relay that little message. Hi, how are you? I'm home. Did you eat? Do you want to go out to dinner? Are the kids okay? What's the schedule for the ball games? This, that, and the other. Texting is wonderful when it comes to those short-term little things. What texting is not good for, excuse me, I'm going to take a drink a minute, is to send out massive messages that get misconstrued, and what you are trying to say is not understood by the person that you're sending it to. Texting is also not good for the woman who is smart enough to know when she's being played and when she's not being played. Those little reach outs of, what's up? What you doing? Are you available? Let's get naked. I want to make love to you. Would it be okay if I came by where you're working? Those little texts are not appreciated. It's disrespectful. a grown human being with etiquette, intelligence, regard for human condition will send a complete text if they are really, really interested. Those little reach outs, hey sexy, some women might take as a compliment, but in fact it is not a compliment. I coach women who cannot understand why they have been played in life. They don't understand. They are good in nature. They are loving. They give whatever it is that they have, but because they are so desperate to be with somebody, they won't read and see through all the bullshit. You don't play somebody who you really are interested in. And I can't convey this message enough to women, because these players, and it can be both male and female. First of all, anybody who wants to really see you will go out of their way to send a complete message, true content. They will not leave these little hanging things so you can grasp on the crumbs and the little bit of straws, because they are love bombing you to make sure that they still have a foot in the door in the event whatever it is that they are not doing or what they are doing doesn't work out. And they need to have an option. They need to have another backup plan just in case their plan falls through. Hey, Steph, I'm going to flip the comment site over because I'm kind of on a rant here. Hold on. So, these women that I'm coaching, they're like, he sends this message like, hey, what's going on? And then I don't hear from them for hours and days on end. Well, it's just because they want to know what you're doing for the day. In the event that something doesn't work out in their life for that moment, they can always come back because they know you've been reliable, you have been there, you've always been waiting, you have always been that backup person. Well, it's when you decide your worth and when you start to realize what it is that you really have to offer, and you stop playing the game. You stop playing with the person who just keeps sending those, hey sexy, let's make love. Do you want to get naked? Can I come by where you work? What's up? What's going on? What you doing? Who speaks like that? We are grown adults. We are grown adults. Players. Players looking to continue into their shtick. I'm at a point right now where I have enough money where I could go take out a billboard, because I have all the texts that have been saved over the last several years of all the things, that disrespectful things that have been sent to me. I am amazed that I still have women in my groups that are like, I just don't get it. I just don't understand. Honey, wake up, Wilma. You've been played. You are being played by a player who does not know how to connect. He doesn't know how to attach. He doesn't know how to bond. He's not equipped. He or she is not equipped. They do not attach because they have not learned what it is like to have a true connection. They look for people that they can play with when they're bored, when there's nothing else going on. These people also will switch out people because they are so used to always chasing the high, always having the honeymoon phase, always trying to keep everything up at party level, because when they get bored and the party is done and over, you no longer are worth their time or attention. And they throw you aside. They will cast you aside for the next latest and greatest and the best thing that they think can come into their life. Because one, they don't know what it's like to have a true, solid relationship. It can't be the party all the time. Yes, it can be candy cane lane when you do the work and you stick to what you have and who you are with. And grown people don't change people out because they can't be man enough, woman enough to discuss that they're unhappy. They cannot be adult enough to bring things to a table saying, you know, this isn't working for me anymore. There's some disconnect. You don't go and you don't look for excuses, and you don't blame other people, and you don't not recognize your own actions and your own behavior in what you were doing to connect to the people that you were with. And this might be with the people you work with. It might be the people that you associate in your crowd. It might be the people that you want to be involved with, but you do not know how to relate. You do not know how to have real, healthy relationships. You know, my coaching groups, you know, I teach a lot of different things. You know, as an artist, you know, I've always have learned it's about perspective. It is about perception. It's about what you are willing to allow into your life. Who is worthy of taking up your space? Who's allowed to take your energy? Because ladies, I will tell you one thing. You can exhaust yourself giving to somebody who does not understand what it is like to contribute a two-way street. It can't be your way all the time. It can't be his way all the time. There has to be something that comes together, and there has to be a common ground. And once you meet on that common ground is when you decide if it's working or if it's not working. You know, I spent 8 years with somebody who had his feet constantly over a fence, constantly looking for the better option, because I would not sit on a bar stool next to him, because I would not completely deplete my money, my home, my efforts, my food, whatever it is that I had in my life. It was never good enough. It was never good enough. It was always one more excuse after another excuse, always one more woman in a closet, one more woman waiting in the wings. And when that failed affair, he knew where he could come back. And it took me going to school. It took me going to Al-Anon meetings. It took me to realize what a true and healthy relationship is. You don't cheat, people. You just don't. It is the biggest disrespect on this earth to whomever you are involved with. It's a disadvantage, unfair situation to your children who are looking at you because you are their role models. And please, let me tell you, children are smart. Children kind of wake up and they start to put two and two together, and as they get older and they look back, they look to see what parent was there and how the parent was acting, and the shtick and the game and the excuses that you put them on hold to go be with somebody else because you could not take the time to be the parental person that you needed to be. You know, I get on my high horse about this because once I was awakened and once I understood how the game was played, you know what? You don't make life comfortable for somebody who has abused you. You don't make life comfortable for someone who has taken something from you. You don't make life comfortable for people who have gone out of their way to destroy your world. You know, I'm not looking to bash any in particular person. Was I hurt? Absolutely, I was hurt. But I'll tell you what, I won't make life comfortable for all these other women who are tolerating the abuse that they know that they're going through in their life. You know, as emotional, God-given, loving, nurturing women, why would we not want what is best for us in our own life? Why would we not want to put in and expect that same thing back? It's a complete relearning, retraining of the mind. And if you are not worthy of my time, don't play me. Don't reach out like, hey, now I'm available. You know, drop everything that you're doing and let's just pick up where we left off 30 years ago. It don't work like that. It really doesn't. And I think women, when you start to pay attention to what it is you actually have to offer and what you can bring to the table, you start to be very, very selective about the people that you are including in your life. That's just one of the little things that we talk about in my coaching. You know, whether it be law of attraction and you're looking at your past and you're looking about all the people that you have allowed in your life and why the relationships have not worked out. You know, when we're younger, we are made to believe that, you know, boy meets girl, girl falls in love with boy, and everything's going to be hunky-dory and wonderful. But nobody stops to take the time to think, well, what about finances? Are you going to combine finances? You know, what's your money going for, and what's his money going for, and who takes on the roles in the house? You know, and then when you're young, you have to be able to adapt and evolve as the situation is growing. That is why we have an epidemic of cheaters out there, because one, they are cowards. They don't know how to talk to their significant other anymore, and they're looking for the thrill. They're looking for, well, if I can do this, then I can get away with it, and if I can get away with it, I'm having a grand time. And it kind of perks that ego up. It perks that mind up, and then they know out of a safety net, they can go home because they know what's reliable. There's no work needed for what's reliable, but there's always that best foot forward when someone's cheating or they're getting involved with somebody for the first time. You know, eventually the mask falls off. What's hidden in the dark is always revealed. And there is nothing permanent on this side of heaven. It takes work, it takes effort, it takes character, it takes integrity. And these are just small, just a portion of the things that I talk about in my coaching groups. You know, I've had more women reach out to me over the last 3 months. You know, I'm offering this email questions right now. You can email me 2 questions for $15, personal mentoring or business coaching. You know, give me the scenario of what it is you are trying to put together. You know, let me help you form this puzzle, these pieces that are missing out of your life. You know, I have studied over the last couple years, and I have learned so much where I'm able at this point now to be able to give back all the things that I have learned and all the lessons that I have had to go through in order to come on the other side, to get to the other side. You know, heartache is not easy. Betrayal is devastating. It is life-altering, and it makes you wake up, and it makes you question everything about who you are and what you do and how you were raised. And a smart woman will understand that the issue is not with herself, although there are things within our own idiosyncrasies that are toxic, and we have to be aware of how we are contributing to the situation. But those people that are purposely, with intent, going out to hurt you, to cheat on you, to throw it in your face, to leave these small little texts, hey sexy, let's get naked, let's make love, so on and so forth. It is a player's game. It is disrespectful, and you have to understand that person isn't interested in you. That person is interested in his or her own motives. So if you would like to learn more about my coaching sessions, I really would like you to go over to kitryn-marie.weebly.com. Look at all the services that I have to offer. You know, I talk about healthy relationships. I talk about narcissistic behavior. I talk about emotional abuse. In my business coaching, you know, I teach you how you can go online and you can make money in the online space. I do coaching also through online for an hour, $35. If you are in the St. Louis area and you are looking for a personal mentoring, business coaching, a consulting type situation where you have an idea and you have a business and you want to go forward with it. You want to implement the dream. You want to talk about your ideas. You know, I help you step by step, showing you how you can bring these things to the online space, to a craft show, through marketplace, through building a website, through talking and writing through a blog. I have a couple classes right now, also with social media. You know, you don't want to bash what you hate, but we all have pet peeves. We all have things that have done us wrong in this life. We all have things that just get under our skin. Social media, when you have a business, you know, it is meant to share your thoughts, to share your ideas, to share your expressions. It is freedom of speech. I find it not bashing when you are talking about the lesson, when you are talking about the product or the service that you have to offer, and people get taken advantage of. People are always looking for something free. People are always looking to criticize what you do because they can't fight their way out of a wet paper bag. They can't raise their own standard. They will choose lesser of a quality of person to make themselves feel superior. We all have special gifts and we all have special talents. We all have things that we bring to a table, and some of us are just a little bit more confident in who we are and what we do. You know, the online space, you need pictures. You need to be able to speak. You need to be able to present yourself. You need to be able to love what you do and be passionate about what you do and take that and capitalize on it. You know, commercialize what you love because it's how you make money. Taking pictures. You know, we live in this time, in this life, where pictures speak 1,000 words. The volume of a picture. You know, behind me, I have a couple of the shirts that are in my KM Designs graphic line. I haven't talked about it a lot because I've gone on to a few other things, but, you know, I sell these t-shirts. I put these t-shirts together. I am a boho kind of chick. I love tie-dye. And that's just a couple of them. You can go over to my KM Graphic Apparel and Art.weebly.com to see all the designs that I offer. You know, we speak this vibe. We use this time and the ability to take the pictures, and whoever it is that you are with and they don't want their picture taken with you, you need to question why. What are they ashamed of? What are they hiding? What are they so embarrassed about that you cannot have your picture taken with them? Ladies and gentlemen, be very careful of the person who says, now don't put that up on social media. Why? What are you hiding? What are you so embarrassed of? What have you done in your life that someone could come back and say something completely different that is contrary to the lie that you've been living? So if you would like to learn about me, go over to kitryn-marie.weebly.com. Right now, like, share, subscribe. I've got YouTube in front of me. I have Facebook in front of me. I have Instagram on. You know, find the best social media platform that you can use for your business, for your service. So for today on June 5th, here in St. Louis, the floods are coming. I'm hoping I will be very protected. 1,000 angels to protect and guard me. You know, life changes like this. You know, fate turns on a dime, and you need to decide what side of that coin you're going to be on when fate does turn. You know, we all have gifts. We all have talents. You know, I teach a variety of different classes. If you are interested in this Sunday's camera, lights, and branding, how you can take your pictures for your social media, not only will we be talking about how to take a proper selfie, but you will get a mini photo shoot. The class is a 3 to 4 hour class. We're meeting at Forest Park on our art museum steps, and it's $175. For any of my services, you can pay through paypal.me/Kitryn Marie. It will take you right to the link, and you can just pay right there. Once I receive confirmation of payment, leave all your contact information, and we can get something set up. I have a branding, blogging class that will be held at the May Pop Shop over in Shrewsbury on the 30th of June. That class is $65. I have a photo journaling class that will be starting. It's a 3-class series, June 18th, June 21st, 25th, excuse me, and July 2nd. And I'm really, really excited to be talking about, at the end of July through August, I'm going to be teaching how to write a book. The class will be called So You Want to Write a Book. It is a series of 5 classes. It is $225. We are going to talk about how to write a synopsis for your story, how to put it into an outline form. We are going to talk about building characters, the hero, the heroine, the antagonist, the protagonist. We're going to talk about the beginning of the story, how it starts. We're going to talk about the middle, the storyline that keeps building. We're going to talk about the crescendo, the conflict, and then we're going to talk about the final, the end. It will be a fabulous, fabulous class. For the last 6 years, I have been writing 2 books. I have had a publisher reach out to me several different times trying to get the book published, and for whatever reason, things have fallen through. I am on the continuous path of getting these 2 books written and published. You know, here in the class we will talk about e-publishing, self-publishing, and having a publishing house publish the book for you. So again, I am Kitryn Marie. I'm an artist, a writer, a speaker, a life and a business coach. For today and for always, be happy, be thankful, be blessed for all the lessons that come into your life. You know, lessons in life are repeated until learned. Be very careful how your life affects somebody else. We live in this trickle-down effect. And in today's world, we want to be the best that we can be with what we are equipped with. You know, God doesn't give us anything more than what we can handle, and you take what you have been taught and those innate gifts and you share it with the world. So you take care, be happy, be blessed, and I'll see you all real soon. Bye-bye.